This is Wet Whalies, starring Wet Willie and Wet Wendy. It's a 2-player versus game. The objective is to make a bunch of planes crash and eat all the fish that come out of the plane.
Yeah, so there's a city in the background, and the story behind the game is that the people of the city took all the fish out of the water for their city, like for resources, and they're transporting them in their planes. So the whales need, I don't know if this is aquatically accurate, but the whales need to eat the fish. So let's play the game.
Okay. So there's 2 players, Wendy and Willie.
I am Wendy with the bow.
I am Willie without the bow. So
you can crash. Oh, there's no sound. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, so you can crash the planes with your blowhole,
and then
so the fish come out, and then you can open your mouth and suck them in, and for points.
You can also suck in the
if
other
you get too
player
close,
and shoot them out.
Yeah. So what's that?
Is the audio plugged in?
Yeah,
plugged in,
it
but
should be.
That's all right. There was just a few sounds. Yeah. So it's I think we're playing to first to.
Yeah. Right now we
50
have
or
it set the
100 or
first
something.
player to go to 50.
Yeah.
Wins.
So yeah, this is that's basically it. Does anybody have any questions about it?
What did you make it run?
I wrote it in C++.
Oh.
I did the programming and she did all the art.
All of the artwork is done in MS Paint.
Yep. Proudly. And I wrote it in C++ and I used an engine that I wrote a few years ago, and that uses OpenGL. So it just uses OpenGL for the images. Yeah.
And eventually.
And
get
here, suck
to-
all those up. We have an ending screen too.
Yeah. Oh, yay!
Okay.
So, that's it.
Okay, well I did this in Game Maker Lite. I call it Freaggin Jerk just because you're basically a robber in the Pokemon universe. And you go around and you just shoot people. And you try to rob banks, that's the whole point. And these civilians just kind of get in the way. So every time you shoot the bank, a police officer comes out and he wants to catch you. So if he catches you, then that's game over. But yeah, you can shoot the police officers too. Of course you lose points if you do that though. And this only has 3 levels because it just took a while. But it gets harder progressively to try and escape. Oh, what are they doing? I thought about putting Pokemon in so you could shoot. That probably would have been too cruel. Alright, and that's basically the game.
Alright, our game's name is Robotville. It's a 2-player game we made using Flashpunk. So the object is to hit the other player with your colored ball.
Oh, should we?
Whoops. So the ball starts out neutral, and when you hit it with your laser, it splits it in 2 of your color. And you're allowed to get hit by your own color, but if you get hit by the other color, you lose. So that's pretty much it. Thanks.
We didn't really have a game name, but basically you're a platypus, and you can change into Jekyll and Hyde, basically. You're a fancy platypus at that. Can you make it run?
Sometimes you have to execute it twice. All right, there we go.
And basically you can run around, and you have to get to the end of the level to get to the laboratory to find the cure. And when you're the fancy platypus, you can't attack anything because you're far too fancy to attack things.
So you would die from that.
So you die if you get hit by the kangaroos. But if you are the were-platypus, then you can. And basically it's all set on a timer. So you're the fancy platypus, I believe, for like 20 seconds, and the were-platypus for about 4. But you also have potions, which automatically change you. And you start with 3, but you can pick up more along the way. And that's about it. And
Wait.
And when you get to the very end,
I made the level a little longer than it had to be.
laboratory, it doesn't do anything, but it ends.
Because I know I should stay away from the evil platypus, so I'm just going to go over here now.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Oh, also you can edit the, all the levels are fully editable, so that's kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
It is fun.
Our game is called Fragmented Fallen Synergy. We were going on the concept of using the yin-yang double elements instead of isometric, because we couldn't do anything exactly with the graphics that way. So we ended up going back to the basic flat, side scroller. So essentially, we have a demo level, and we don't have like the exact plot and puzzles planned out with the given amount of time. But we do have mobs, we do have the projectiles, and yeah.
Basically, it's going to be you start out without any powers or anything, and as you go through the game, you find different elements, and you can combine them to make different power-ups, but it didn't get there quite yet.
Since we were limited on time, we just
Simplified
gave them the
it.
stuff right off the bat.
So here's your character, and you can jump and run. Oh, and all the music he made, so. And then you can shoot fireballs and ice. And there's of course enemies down there. You can kill them. And if you're too close to your fireballs when they explode, it hurts yourself. And so the levels don't really end yet when you die or anything, but it's like a concept level, and we're going to improve the tiles and everything.
I actually did the tile artwork,
Character animation.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I focused on audio, and
And
Jason
I
did programming.
the programming. Yep. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Our game is Mob Masters. So pretty much, it's kind of like an RPG type thing where you get to pick different paths. And so, for example, we'll say you select human. And then the player 2 will say, like, selects robot. And then they'll fight each other automatically. And so, for example, here, player 1 who picked the girl won. And then, so in the end, you get to pick different paths, and then your character kind of just builds each round. And then, yeah. That's about it. Sorry?
Then you continue on as the girl.
Right, you can continue on girl, or you can like morph into different paths. So the point is kind of just like character building, and then kind of seeing different possibilities you can pick. So, it doesn't work. This is just like a proof of concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Our game was called Gloria Saves the World, but we made it in Python, and we didn't really get anything to work besides this.
So, the context of the game is that you essentially have a chessboard context, and there are different pieces spread out on the chessboard, and you have to resolve their conflicts, which may be as silly as, like, your hat looks stupid. No, your hat looks stupid. And then, so you kind of side with one of them, and your goal is what you say in that conversation will determine who kills who. And your goal is essentially to keep the two chess board sides as balanced as possible, because you're playing the part of a dragon who is trying to save the world so that there's some left over for the dragon to eat, because the dragon's very hungry.
The dragon's name is Gloria, for the record.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So... Yeah,
we have fabulous music and art. A working game, we do not. But yes, that's our game.